Hi people, my name is Choosingbeggars again as always. This is another video specifically relating to proper business etiquette. I already did a video like this a long time ago, it was like 3 years ago, 2018. So I'm going to label this proper video etiquette in part 2, in between brackets, choosing beggar style. And this is something that I want to bring to people's attention. Just something really quick, okay? The logic that the occult version of choosing beggars have. So basically, choosing beggars occult variety, choosing beggars r slash occult beggars, if you will. Anyways, I rarely get quote unquote people like those, but in the even the 1 out of 1,000 or 10,000 that I get is one too many. And I'm not agitated or I'm not fussing over it as always. No fuss whatsoever, no nothing. I'm just discussing this for the pure, simple sake of principle. Just so I can point out how insanely, offensively illogical the concept of occult beggars are, or what how insane the concept of occult begging is. A lot of occult beggars, so people that want occult services for free, or people that want to help you, people that want help and can't afford you, or people of a similar kind. Okay, I remember one guy, I think he was from Bangladesh, no offense meant to Bangladesh. So obviously, I didn't take the guy seriously because knowing the economic situation of Bangladesh, which is anything but rose color, then generally speaking, I keep my eyes out, and it's up to the person, regardless of where you're from, to prove me wrong. Anyways, but like I said, everybody is welcome as long as you can afford me. I remember a really long time ago, I don't even have that, I think it was either an email or a WhatsApp message. Bottom line is I don't have that correspondence anymore. But the guy's logic was, if I need to pay you first, then it shows that you're not a real magician. You just want the fee at any cost. But if you can actually do work for me, and when it works, or if it works, I actually I pay you then, okay, with the money that I've earned from your work, then I can, then that proves your legitimacy as a magician. That was the quote unquote person's actual logic. And I'm like, yeah, bye bye. And he simply saw himself out calling me a faker and all that stuff. But yeah, I was like, bye bye, block, boom, bye bye. And of course there are barely any words to describe how insane that has to be, how insane you have to be to not be, to actually think something like this. And before I continue, I do want to specify that yes, when I started out as an occultist for hire, the very first time when I still worked via a website called Fiverr.com, Fiverr, I offered that briefly for like a month, as in I helped people in advance and then they paid me after I had performed said service for them. But for starters, that was point one. For starters, that was due to my own free will, of course. And secondly, the reason for doing so was the fact that I wanted to gain an edge on the competition. And I wasn't desperate, but I really wanted to gain that edge. So I simply went ahead and did something that my competitors back then did not do. And of course I regretted it, because it's the concept of every business. The whole payment in advance is the concept or the backbone of any business. After a month alone, I regretted it because I ended up at a financial deficit, as in I spent a lot more money to the point where money ran out to perform workings for people after only 2 weeks or something. And after doing it, people came up with a bunch of pathetic excuses, as in, oh, I can't afford this, or I can't pay the full amount, I can't do that. And I said to myself, okay, now this is the last time that I'm doing it. And I changed things around completely after only just 1 month because it was disastrous, to put it that way. Yes, I did get a lot of orders, but it was all quantity, a little or no quality. So my business thrives on the same pay in advance concept that all businesses thrive on up to present day. And the person that I mentioned earlier, that guy from Bangladesh, his logic is akin to the following example, because I found the perfect example. Imagine me going into a store, a supermarket, and then telling the cashier, hey, do you mind if I drink this bottle of juice that I took out of the fridge first to see whether it's actually delicious and whether it meets my standards, whether it's actually nourishing to me and it actually satiates my thirst. Otherwise it proves that you guys are fakers, you guys are scammers, that you're just selling subpar juices and other products and goods. Okay, if you dare charge me beforehand, or you tell me that I need to pay for it first and then I can drink it, then that just proves what I said. Okay, because it simply means that you're scamming people into buying your stuff regardless of whether it's good or not. But if I can actually drink that bottle of juice and then I can pay you if or when it actually meets my standards, then it proves that you're a legitimate business. You can see the point. It's mind-numbingly stupid and mind-numbingly offensive to think that there are actual people in the world that, what are supposed to be people, that actually have this idiotic notion or way of thinking. But you can see the logic. It's just offensive, okay? And like I said, there are a good deal of people, unfortunately, again, quote-unquote people, that have this idiotic logic and that actually have the audacity to have something similar in mind, whether help me out for free, or do this, or do that, you name it. If even children aren't that stupid, then how stupid do you have to be as an adult to actually to have this idiotic logic? Okay, unfortunately, I already did a video on this 3 years ago called The Occult World, okay? There are unfortunately a lot of worthless and nothing parasites in the occult. Of course, thank goodness, due to my own work, well, not so much thank goodness, due to my own work, for the most part, at the very least for the most part, I rarely have to deal with them. Rarely. But when I first started out, you better believe I got the full parasitic experience. And the requests are just offensive. It's like dealing with the third world. Not even the third world, something that's below the third world. Okay, in terms of consumerism. It's just offensive. Anyways, you got people like that. And if I have to explain to you the very concept of trade, commerce and trade, as in, hey, listen, you want something, okay, you pay me and I provide you with that something. End of story. That's simple. If you want it, you're going to have to pay me first and then I'll give it to you. You already read the description of my product or service as I specified on my website or wherever, okay, as in source material provided, source description provided by me, and by purchasing it, you automatically agree to that description, to the item as it is descriptively advertised. Then, if you're that stupid to the point where you can't even understand that, even a toothpick, even one tiny ass toothpick, the same concept applies to that as an item that is sold commercially. Then there's no hope for you. Okay? But in any case, I hope I've made myself clear in terms of the absurdity of how dumb you need to be to ask for something like that. You need to not be dumb. You're already, in terms of stupidity and worthlessness, you surpassed not one border. You surpassed like 20 borders in 2 continents. You went all the way from North America to the Orient. You went from the US or Canada to the Philippines. Yeah. But the rest, I have nothing else to say. I hope I've made myself clear. Ciao guys, bye.